Explosive, funny, and a Scouser, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett is considered the next big thing in the UFC. He has had a great start to his career and has quickly risen to the ranks. However, there's a side of Paddy that not a lot of people know about. After defeating Jordan Leavitt, Paddy, instead of talking about his brilliant performance, chose to talk about the mental health issues facing men today. How his words inspired and saved hundreds of lives. Join us in today's video to find out. The interview that resonated with thousands of people. After choking Jordan Leavitt and winning the Fight of the Night bonus, Paddy was cheered by the fans in the arena. All the cheering took a very serious tone as Paddy talked about how one of his mates took his own life just 5 hours before his weigh-in.
One of my friends back home had killed himself. This was 5 hours before my weigh-in.
Talking about how this is happening all around the world, Paddy said, "There's a stigma in this world that men can't talk. Listen, if you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve it is by killing yourself, please speak to someone." His words carry a lot of weight because as a fighter, he has battled with mental health issues and knows how the lowest of the lows feel like.
No fun for men's mental health, and it's the biggest killer for men between like 21 and 45. And no one talks about it, no one even mentions it, lad. Men just kill themselves and no one cares.
After losing his Cage Warriors title in 2017, Paddy cried for 3 months straight and battled with suicidal thoughts. So he knows what it is like to be completely down and out and how the thoughts of taking one's own life can be so intriguing in these moments. And that is the time when you need people around you who can help you. Listen to what you are going through and give you a shoulder to cry on. Thousands of people all around the world were inspired by his words, and his interview went viral. Millions of people watched it online. Scrolling through social media, one can see how many men found strength from his words, spoke about their struggles, and changed their minds about taking their lives. In West Yorkshire, the number of men attending mental health clubs went up. Andy Wilson of Andy's Man Club told the Yorkshire Evening Post, "The interview with Paddy Pimblett following his fight at the weekend can only have helped raise awareness on how important it is for people to open up and talk if they're struggling with anything, and a reminder once again that it's okay to talk. It is indeed okay to talk about what you are going through. Most women find ways to express themselves and talk about their struggles to other women. However, men are told and taught not to appear weak, not to cry. And because many men around the world have no one to talk to."
Women talk to each other, there's no stigma on women. They sit around and have a cup of tea and have a jangle.
They keep things to themselves because it is not considered manly to cry and tell others about their struggles. Paddy talked about breaking that stigma. And when such words come from fighters, someone people view as tough, who train themselves to literally step in the ring where their life is on the life, it is much more powerful. When people who society considers tough are raising awareness about their own struggles and pleading with men to share their struggles with others, it is so reassuring for them. Pete White, a mental health consultant, said Pimblett's speech was a brilliant example of pattern interrupt, and said that we need more people doing this from all parts of society. Vulnerability empowers. Interaction with a fan, Grant Edmond.
And Paddy's message when he was in the ring after he won, talking about his buddy that passed away, saved my life. And I just wanted to say thank you to him.
And Paddy has definitely inspired a lot of people with his actions, and literally saved thousands of lives all over the world. The comment sections of different social media platforms are a testament to this fact. Backstage, Grant Edmond, a fan of Pimblett's, thanked him for his post-fight speech, and admitted that it saved his life, saying, "Paddy, I want to tell you that your video about the suicide thing saved my life. That's why I'm still here. I've gone through a rough year, and I was very suicidal. I just wanted to say thank you to him. I appreciate him very much, and I'm so glad to meet him." This hit home for Paddy, and he was brought to tears. That means more than any fight ever will. Someone telling me they didn't kill themselves because of what I said, it gets you. The number of people attending mental health club rose. Paddy's words impacted a lot of people, and it was confirmed that there had been a big rise in the number of men attending mental health clubs in West Yorkshire. Andy Wilson of Andy's Man Club told the Yorkshire Evening Post that across both of the Leeds and Castleford groups, we have 69 to 10 new and 39 to 9 new who attended, showing how more and more men are talking if they're struggling. The Paddy Foundation. After the interview, many people reached out to Paddy Pimblett with positive messages. He has been asked to represent over 100 charities following his powerful speech at UFC London. However, he started his own charity with the aim to help tackle mental health stigmas and help children who are struggling to be fed. Confirming the launch of his charity in an Instagram post, he said, "It's my pleasure to announce that the Batty Foundation is now live. After mentioning it in my March post-fight interview, everyone has been asking me about it, thinking I'm all talk and no action. With the aim to help to feed kids who are struggling to be fed, to help men with mental health issues to start talking and finally break this stigma that I've been talking about recently and help prevent so many suicides, which is such an epidemic at the minute." He urged people to contribute as much as they can, and even a $1, he said, would go a long way in helping the charity strive towards achieving its goals. And if you want to see how committed this young lad is about these goals, he recently auctioned £60,000 Rolex gifted by Drake for charity, as the watch given by the musician would probably go for a lot of money and will help his charity goals. What are his future goals? Before becoming as big of a superstar as now is in the UFC, Paddy had the goal to do as good for the people as he possibly can. He already had aimed to help people with mental health issues and kids who are not fed. He vows not to earn as much from the UFC, which would help not let any child in Liverpool sleep with an empty stomach. The world is in dire need of more people like him. His fellow countryman Tyson Fury is also a great advocate for mental health problems, and he has played a huge role in breaking the stigma that men are not supposed to speak about their struggles. His story is really inspirational, and seeing Paddy following that route is a great thing for all the people who are struggling with these problems. So, what do you think? How important is spreading awareness in men about mental health issues? Comment below. If you're enjoying our content and want to see more, be sure to leave a like before subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.